It's a good ball played in for Tony Morley. Oh, he missed it! It is! Peter Ward! Villa in the lead!
Hello, good afternoon, Aston Villa fans, and welcome to the Villa Forever podcast. I am your host, Chad Williams. Please subscribe. Do what you can to help this channel. Help me to the road to 2K. You can follow me on all socials, and you can follow me on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music. Let's spread awareness of douchey and musky dystrophy. Make sure to smash the likes. This afternoon, I'm joined by my special guest, Matt Bird, who is a very good friend of mine, who I've known for a long time. He's a Wolves fan. I do feel sorry for him. This is the match preview. I'll be doing a pre-match talk show. Aston Villa versus Wolverhampton Wanderers in the Premier League on Sunday. The 2:05 p.m. kickoff. We will be previewing West Midlands Derby Day at Villa Park. Aston Villa are against the Black Country rivals. Recently, their new head coach, Rob Edwards, took charge. They are struggling at the bottom of the Premier League. They're down in the doldrums. And Rob Edwards has a hard task keeping Wolves in the Premier League at the end of the season. Also, Aston Villa, their excellent form keeps giving. And even though it's Derby Day, Villa Park is a real fortress at the moment. I am recording this podcast before Aston Villa playing Young Boys in the Europa League. But on this episode, we turn our attention to Derby Day. It's great to have the show again, Matt. How are you?
Yeah. Nice to be back, mate. Nice to be back. I mean, back for some more banter. I'm sure I'm going to get a bit.
Mind the gap.
Yeah, it's a bit of a big one as well. Keeps getting bigger.
And where are you again? You're bottom, aren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately, again.
I mean, it makes me hard, you know. As much as like I'm a Villa fan, I do like to see all the West Midlands clubs doing well. It's really sad that's happened to Wolves. Because really, you think the team they used to be,
Yeah.
they used to be like, in the Europa League. They're nowhere near that level at the moment.
Honest, and I think, they've got the owners and the staff have got away with it a little bit. So I think this year, it's caught up to the owners, really.
Yeah, it's a real big task. Rob Evans, I don't want to sound disrespectful, but I do think you're playing for life in the Championship. That's why I think you brought him in.
Yeah, there's been I think if they are preparing probably to go down now, and with the appointment of Rob Edwards, he loves the club. And he said it was his dream to have the job. So maybe, if we do go down or when we go down, I think now at least he'll stick around and try and rebuild us and try and do what he can to get us back up. But yeah, it definitely feels like an appointment ready for next season, really.
You need to start again, I think. Rebuild and kick on again. It's a big rebuilding job, big overhauls needed.
Yeah, I think think so, but then again, I think the owners have sort of neglected us for a couple of seasons, of keep selling the best players and not really replacing them with. I know they bring a couple in, but not really replacing them with the star quality of the players we've sort of let go. So if we do go down, or when we go down, whatever it may be, are they going to put a bit of money back in then, or will they sell up and leave? So not sure really.
I did see actually that there'll be a lot of protests outside the ground. Also, money, I mean, also, like your ticket prices, financially, like it all seems to be going wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot that they're doing that the fans don't agree with. Yeah, and there's been talks of protests, and there's been a letter going around that was sent to like the club about from the fans, and it had a lot of backing from the fans about the way the club's being run at the minute, and the lack of transfer activity and all of them sort of things. But I'm not sure how much they listen, to be honest. I'm not sure if they take that on board, or they're not bothered. They're still making the millions, aren't they?
Yeah. So ignoring the fans, what fans have been ignored.
Yeah, it's the fans want them out. I mean, when they come in and they're built and they got us to the Premier League, they made some good signings. The intentions was all there, and they give off a good picture really. But the last couple of years, I think the relationship between the fans and the owners is
So what do you expect
really probably the lowest it can be
from Sunday?
Well, I was at the Crystal Palace game last weekend, and obviously we had the international break. So Edwards had only had a couple of days with a full squad of players to train. I mean, he's had another week now, so I'd hope to see a bit more fight and a bit more passion. Just a bit more effort, really, and just trying to get the best out of the players, and just the fans something to think after 90 minutes. Okay, we played well then. Whatever the result, we played well then. We tried, we worked hard, but I think it'll be a tough game, as they all will be from now to the end of the season for us at the moment.
Yeah. Well, in this game, I think, like I say, a local derby, form goes out the window, so bragging rights are obviously coming to this game as well.
Yeah, I've been saying for probably a couple of weeks to my friends on Harper's football team and all my mates live local. Like, I've been having a laugh and a joke, saying this was probably, I'm going to say four games ago. I was saying our first win will apart this season, like having a laugh with them. But I was hoping we'd probably win one before that. But
It's like money, they got your home games. Like, Molyneux used to be a fortress. When teams go to Molyneux, they sort of don't fear you. There's not that fear factor now for the opposition.
yeah, I think, I mean, the squad of players that we've got now is quite different. I mean, they obviously do try, but you want to see a little bit more fight in them, and a lot of the players walking around, and I think that relies to the fans. Then the fans aren't as they get.
Yeah. There's always a big difference between the two clubs at the moment. You got Aston Villa are flying, and Wolves the complete opposite. There's always a difference, really.
Yeah, I think that's what happens when you've got the owners that have got the drive, and they want to succeed, and obviously all the owners of every club are there for the money, but they obviously want you to succeed and bring more money in through the Champions League and things like that, and we just haven't got that. We have, we're not even competing for the top 10, let alone anything above that.
Yeah, so when you expect them the Aston Villa, then do you think it'll be a comfortable victory? Do you expect like what do you think it's going to be a defeat, or do you think you might pull out a win, or what do you think?
I'm really not sure. With Rob Edwards, I mean, like he wants the fans to feel proud of the team for the effort. So if we do see a bit of effort, you never know with the new manager. You got to give him a few weeks, and we've got to see after a few weeks how we're going to play. But I think Sunday will be again only having a week and a couple of days, another big task for us and a struggle. Villa are obviously playing well. They went 5 games at the start of the season, I think, was without a
Well, we had
goal.
a
But then
great run.
since
We're
that, they've just been,
fourth in the league.
yeah, that's it. So from after the first 5 games, you've just been on the up and up, haven't you, really? And, beating teams home and away.
Because I think of Villa at the moment, there's a real good feel-good factor in the Aston Villa camp. But like Emery, everything just seems to be going right for us. Really going strength to strength.
Yeah,
And we've got the momentum, it just keeps getting. We're actually in good position going into the festive period and the new year.
yeah, that's it. If you can get, if you can get a strong grip of fourth going in to the Christmas period and maintain it and come out the other side of Christmas.
Yeah, to go in Champions League. We sort of want to be in there, whereabouts. That's where Aston Villa want to
Yeah,
be at the end of the season. That's the target. People think of what else I think. But in this guys, I think like Morgan Rogers is in great form as well. I think
yeah,
he'd be effective in the game, I
and
think.
think I think the way you're playing and the position you are at the minute, I think that has got to be the ambition for the target, yeah, for the team and the fans, really.
Okay. Yeah.
Really,
Does he
that's
go?
got to be
And also, like, it looks like the whole team,
the target.
they're enjoying their football at the moment. And Morgan Rogers, in the England squad, I think he'll be driving up walls. I think he's someone that will cause problems. Because the way he carries
Yeah,
the ball forward. Okay.
yeah, that I think they'll all cause problems the way we have been playing at the moment. It's going to
Yes.
be a really tough task again.
Yeah, I'm glad for Villa that Yuri Tielemans is back. As well, his vision and quality on the ball. The way
Yeah,
he dictates the play, that's going to be important.
yeah, that's the thing. You mean you've got quite a few players on the day. There's a lot of quality with the passing as well, isn't there, and the driving forward.
Yeah, oh, yeah, I mean, that's a Yuri Tielemans. Like, it just shows, actually. We have such good quality in our squad depth. Not even, I mean, things like hardly any are kind of get in the team. We've got players like Ross Barkley. He's good. Even though he likes with him, he's putting a shift in as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And you've got like Conza at the back and Martinez. You've got quite a good spine of your team, really, from the goalkeeper going forward. There's quite a good spine for the team there.
In order to, I just not see Ollie Watkins get a goal.
Yeah, how's he been playing this year, Chad? When you've watched, when you've watched the
Starting to
games.
see, but no, he's struggling at the moment. But the last few games, like, he only hasn't been scoring. He works hard, but I just think he needs like he's low on confidence. And if he wants to get that England squad, he's gonna have to like, be a lot better. Destroying striker, really.
Yeah, like got slightly going off Watkins. Strand Larson for us last year was scoring a couple of putting a shift in, and this year
Yeah,
he's really struggling as well, which doesn't help.
yeah,
We're not creating a lot either for him.
yes.
There's no creativeness
Mm-hmm.
in Wolves at the moment. We're not having many shots in a game.
You can only Watkins. He's getting in the right areas, working the openings, but his finishing needs to improve. He seems to be lacking like the clinical edge at the moment. Once he
Yeah,
gets one, then he might go on a run. Then hopefully,
yeah. Do you think they'll look towards the striker in January or?
potentially, yeah. I mean, if when they get one, it'd be more of a striker, I think. Even if, don't know if that could be a loan deal, we'll have to wait and see. But that'll be the only bit of business I think we'll do in January.
Yeah,
We don't usually do much in the January window, but I expect a striker either.
yeah,
Because I really like that Daniel Marlin, because he's really been pushing like Watkins a lot of competition. And I'm
yeah,
surprised actually when Daniel Marlin isn't starting more often.
yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good thing with the squad depth again, isn't it? If sort of Watkins he's having a bit of a tough time, maybe they can bring someone else in for a few weeks and see how they get on.
Yeah, yeah, that's it, yeah. Yeah, because Daniel Marlin, like, he injects a lot of points in the game. I just think Daniel Marlin, every time he plays or goes on the bench, he's always making an impact.
Yeah,
And I do think, I mean, who knows, maybe they could play together. I mean, we have done it before this season with Watkins and Marlin.
yeah. That's one thing Rob Edwards did last weekend. I mean, we've played one striker for quite a while, but he started with the two last week, so maybe
Yeah,
his plan going forward is Wolves might start with two strikers in
yeah,
try and get a few more
yeah. Also, like, I'm on the Wolves point of view.
more goals within the get, get us pushing
They
on
got like a
a
good,
little
in recent years,
bit.
they had a good record. So against Villa, but I do think Unai Emery now, he sort of changed it a little bit now, I think. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm sorry, I lost you a second, but, just saying about Unai Emery, like he's changed, because usually, like, they can be a bogey team sometimes. Wolves, but, yeah, but it is changing.
Uh,
Times are changing.
yeah, I mean, obviously it'd be great. It'd be quite a good confidence boost for us to go to Villa Park on Sunday
Yeah,
and get a result. But we who knows what'll happen. But it'd be quite good.
The guy what Wolves are trying to do is, I think, they'll try and sit back, set the pressure. If Wolves are going to get any joy, to be on the counter attack, we sometimes play that high line. Just try and do that, but I think for Villa, though, we'll just be patient so we can penetrate through you. That's what I think as well. I think Aston Villa, we're going to have majority of the possession, I think.
Yeah, I mean, being at home and the way you're playing and the form that we're in, really, we probably expect you to have probably the majority of the possession. But yeah, I just hope we can get something out of the game and just try and give us a little bit of a kick on, because I don't want Wolves to have the old Derby record this season.
We're going to get on the screen then. The team that you sent me to get the opposition.
Yeah.
Did it not say, is this the Wolves team that might start against Aston Villa? So, look, can you talk me through this team? Like how do Wolves usually set up?
I mean, it's similar to how he set up last Saturday, but Bellegarde was on the bench and Marshall Munyetti played. But we wasn't. We needed to be a little bit quicker and a little bit more. We needed a little bit more pressure. So I think if you drop Munyetti and put Bellegarde in, it might, he can run with the ball a little bit easier than Munyetti like. So hopefully we can get a bit more of a foothold in the game. And like I say, he went with two strikers against Palace. So I think he might try that again. But having another week to have a look at some of the other players from the international, some of them might come back in now. He's had a week to see what they're like as well. But
I noticed actually that you got five at the back. The five defenders.
yeah. So what was I think what the plan was Saturday, he was having like five at the back when they was sort of pushing on to us, and then when we were starting to push on, he'd send Jackson at right further forward, and then it was Muller Wolf that started last Saturday at left back. But I feel like Hugo Bueno is just a little bit more attacking at the moment, like better attacking. So I feel like with two strikers, if you play Hugo Bueno left back, he's got quite a good ball into the box. So playing the two taller strikers, I feel like we need to get the ball into the bigger strikers a little bit more.
Did they push forward? So that your fullbacks, did I sort of like to get more forward then? Did it up more like wing backs?
Yeah.
Are they more like wing back sort of thing? Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the idea of to use as wing backs to get up to support the midfield and the strikers. But obviously, with how we've played this season, they haven't been able to do that as much.
Shit.
But I mean that Jackson, his pace is absolutely rapid.
All right, okay. So you've got to watch out. Is he the one to watch out for? You probably must know. Yeah.
That's all. Certainly, he's very fast. But his end product and his passing and defence, I think they've all struggled with it. I mean, we struggled the start of the season for about 6 or 7 games. We struggled to string 10 passes together. But that was something that Rob Edwards just said he's going to work on. There's things that we need to work on. We need to show more fight in our game. So.
Yeah, and also, Sam Johnston is returning back to Villa Park. He used to be a goalkeeper of ours.
Yes.
So it'd be a nice return for him.
I mean, Sarr started the season and he struggled a little bit. So Johnston coming in, and to be honest, he's pulled off some really good saves, and by playing week in week out, he's returning to a bit of like match sharpness and a bit more. He's looking better.
Also, got an Larson. He's like another Norwegian star. Yes, don't you know I brought through a lot of talented players? Everyone just thinks he's Erling Haaland. But including Larson, he's also in the Norway team.
Yeah, I mean, Larson did very well last season. This season, I'm not sure what it is. Whether his head was turned, obviously, when Newcastle bids were coming in, or you hear a lot of things floating around, like they were saying that he was playing with a slight knock and he was playing through it because the team needed him and things like that. But he has struggled a little bit this season. But I also feel like we haven't created the chances maybe for him like we did last year.
Yeah. Well, he's not getting the service, maybe he's not getting the service. It's into Watkins, maybe your strikers. You
We've
also
got
need
this
skill,
season,
but need good service.
yeah, that's it. I mean, and he was. They said he wasn't match fit and things like that. But when the last few times I've watched him, there was Chelsea in the cup, and obviously against Palace on Saturday. But he puts himself about a little bit. He'll track back. He'll win the ball, make some good runs. He really works hard. To be honest, I think
He's
he could do.
physically strong.
Yeah, he's a big old chap. He's a big old unit.
It's an interesting battle. That could be a battle that could be over.
Yeah, I mean, if he could get a bit physical, like he's very. I'm trying to think how tall he is. I can't remember, but he's when he comes on, you like when he's been coming on off the bench. You know how tall he is. He just towers above everybody.
We'll move on to the next talking point then. So let's talk about Rob Edwards. So what is your thoughts on Rob Edwards?
Like he's been involved with Wolves for a number of years now, probably about 20 years. He's a local lad, like local man. So I'm hoping that he wants the club to do well. He loves the club. That was his dream job, was to manage us. So
He used to play for them.
hope he can,
Obviously.
you know, get the fans back on. And yeah. I remember when I was used to watch him play, and he spent quite a bit of time injured as well. But he was.
It's that look as well, I think. Just gives it back to the Wolves supporters and the football club. Like, it's always meant to be, I think. Because also I did see that he coached the under-18s. So he's sort of worked, he's got a little bit of experience with the coaching side.
Yeah. That's
And of
it.
course, he
He knows
managed
the club
Middlesbrough.
like the back of his hand. He's been there for a number.
On Luton Town, he actually got them promoted back in the Premier League.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. And I mean, he was doing well at Middlesbrough. You know, we all thought that would he come to Wolves like we've been with Middlesbrough, really challenging for the league, but it's his dream job, and it was just an opportunity that he just couldn't turn down.
So as a fan, are you pleased with the appointments? Because really, there wasn't really that many
Yeah,
managers out there, really.
I'm pleased with the appointment. I think like I say, he loves the club, so he knows what the fans want.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
he's got all of that on his side, and
Mhm.
he's quite good at engaging with the fans. Like
Mhm.
he shares the love of the fans with the club as well. So I think it's quite a nice appointment.
Okay.
Whether they'll have enough to do anything this season remains to be seen.
Okay.
If we do go down
Mhm.
in the championship, I think he'll help rebuild and he'll stay around. He'll stick around.
Mhm. That's for the rebuilding job. And also, you have to remember, you have to be patient with Roberto's. Like, I know he's not going to get much time, but you got to give him a little bit of time, I think. He's not going to turn it around overnight.
No, yeah, I think that's what they've got to do. They've got to give him time and invest into him. If you want some players,
Mhm.
they've got to give him it. Really, they can't just keep changing the manager every year, every season, and expecting them to work miracles because it won't happen all the time.
Okay. You got to think as well, you need like a good long term plan for the future. And hopefully, the big thing you need is you need a good structure in place. Just need those foundations.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's the thing. The owners have got to realise sooner or later that buying in
Mhm.
January and changing and trying to do it all that way, it will catch up with you and it won't work every
Yeah,
year.
yeah, of course. He's got a massive job, but he has to. The thing is, he's got to motivate and galvanise a group of players who are very low on confidence.
Yeah,
You're rock bottom, and even the mentality as well. He's got to sort of change that mindset if he can.
yeah. That's another big thing. He's got to change the mindset and the way the players are probably feeling. He's got to get that fight into him to get that result to change
Mm,
the mentality.
okay. Also, you need to string together a run of results from somewhere. I don't know if you'll be able to do it, but just got to get a run going from somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is coming up to Christmas, Chad, so maybe I can ask Father Christmas for a few points.
Yes, yeah, man, you might give some points, yeah, on your, yeah. Put it on your Christmas list.
Yeah, it's top of my Christmas list actually, Chad. This year.
You only on 2 points. I mean,
Yeah,
look where we are, and you're only on 2 points in single figures.
yeah. I know. It's bad, and it? It's not good. Not good reading when you look at it.
Hmm. That's it, yeah. So if you do go down, don't think the end of the world, because I actually think if Wolves do go down, I don't think you'll be in the championship for too long, I don't think. That's what I
It
do. What do you think? Do you think you'll come straight back up?
it all depends on if the own. Well, if we do go down, there'll be quite a few players leave. I think it's just about if the owners
Hmm.
will give Rob Edwards the money to try and rebuild and build something down. Really, it all depends on that, really.
The big thing is, like you've been judged on results. Like the manager you are, it's a results business. And at
Yeah,
the end of the season, you're going to be judged on that.
yeah. That's it. That's it. So it's I feel a bit sorry for some of the previous managers in a way with the owners. I know that, they might get a few, but the owners are just they don't help the managers. They don't really back them as much as they should. Really, they don't back the team. So
Yeah,
the manager becomes the
yeah.
scapegoat. Really, the easy
Well, it's
option.
like a shame because I don't think Nuno was your best manager. But since then, I think there's been no stability. You also
No,
get
yeah,
like Nuno, you have Bruno Large.
yeah.
Obviously, then you have Lopetegui, Gary O'Neill, you have Pereira.
A lot
Remember,
of
there's a lot of managers in a short space of time.
That's the problem. The owners don't invest in the squad and the club, and then the managers can't get the results because they don't sort of have a squad really to compete or the subs to be able to bring on and change the team up when we need it. And then the manager becomes the easy option. We'll sack the manager and we'll blame him.
So, what is the reason Wolves have been struggling? What do you put it down to?
I think the club selling the best players, not signing any
I
players to
agree.
replace them. And again, not backing the managers with signings to back his squad and build his squad. And every manager that comes in, because we're changing quite a lot, they have to work with the last manager's squad, so they don't have chance to build their own.
Okay. Good thing about sort of recruitment, I think, as well. Like, you sort of need, what I think you need is, you know, like Brentford and Brighton, you need that sort of recruitment strategy. Like, even though they lose their best players, they sell them on for profit, they'll replace them with talent.
Yeah, they reinvest the money, don't they? Whereas, say, I know, you sell a player for 40 million, we might then go and buy one for 10, and the owners have the other 30 million. That's
Yes.
the way it's been for a couple of seasons, really.
Yeah. Yeah, because financially, in PSR, it's really hit you. Like, you've been forced to sell your best players. Of course, the wage bill the squad's too much. The likes of, like, you have to sell your best players, including Cunha, the likes of Ron Aitonori, Ruben Neves. That's a lot of quality that's missing.
And I mean that's just three players. There's
The
probably
Montinho, you got,
maybe eight
there's,
or nine
there's
that you could
loads.
put in that list, really.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's been the way over the last few years. But I think Cunha, though, he scored most of your goals last season. He was like your main out-and-out goal scorer. You missed it. I think I think you missed him, I think. Because I like the way he
Yeah,
used to trap back. The way he used to get forward and help out his team.
yeah, yeah. We've lost a lot of the players that was creating a lot of the problems last year, like Cunha and Nori especially. No, we've just lost that creativeness, really.
For me, I don't think you got in the Wolves team, you got no leaders out there. There's no leaders in the dressing room.
No, no. It's struggle. You struggle to find a captain, like if you think
With Connor Cody,
maybe not the
give us a
best
player
sort of
like him.
players, but a leader on the pitch. Like we had Connor Cody, It was just
He was a
unbelievable as a
leader.
leader.
Oh yeah, he was like he used to communicate. You sort of need communicate that thought. He
Yeah,
gave you communication.
that's it. That's it. We haven't got a leader on the pitch either, really, at the moment. No one stepped up to be that leader either.
It's not the way that Villa, like we've got John McGinn. You sort of need the player who's going to take the game and scruff its neck. Who's going to like give
Yeah,
out on the side, like give out orders, say, they sort of galvanise each other, like and talk to each other, like,
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
the problems runs really deeply. It's also not. I mean, also I think it's from the outside. It's affecting the football club. What's going on from the outside as well? Mm,
yeah.
mm,
I mean, the fans are. I know, like the fans are really fed up with the way that the club is being run. To be fair, I have a point on pretty much every home game we go in the same pub and
Good,
speak to the same group of lads, and
good,
everyone feels exactly the same.
good. And you finish it. It's really poor. Like you don't take your chances. There's so many times that you create the chances, but you're not ruthless enough.
Yeah,
The
yeah. I
cutting
mean,
edge.
we've struggled to create as well in the last few games. We struggled. We have struggled with that as well to create the chances. And in the Premier League, if you get a chance, you need to be scoring them.
Mhm.
It's not like
Yeah.
the leagues where
Mm.
10 chances a game to score. You might only get a couple in the Premier League.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a miracle if you stay up. If you do stay up,
Oh
it will be
yeah,
a miracle.
yeah, yeah. It will. Yeah, if we do manage to stay up, it will, like you say, it'll be probably one of the only teams that have ever done it from sort of 12 games with that sort of amount of points. Because I think there was, I
Mm.
seen something on Sky Sports. I think there was 5 or 6 teams, and when they had the same sort of number of points that we did at this stage, they all
Mm.
went on to be relegated.
You should, well, if Wolves obviously do go down, just, there won't be derbies unless Blaze or West Brom come up.
Yeah, I mean, if we do, we'll have a few derbies next year.
Yeah, all the way 2 ways. You'll also be playing them, or they will be with us. It could go either way.
Yeah, it could go anyway. Yeah.
Okay. We'll go to 2 more talking points before we finish. So we can get on the screen Aston Villa's record against Wolves at Villa Park. I'm not, you might remember some of these guys, but just want to get on screen to show everybody. I do think Emery has changed the record in recent years, but what do you make of that record, Matt?
Yeah, I remember a few of the results. Obviously, most probably notably the 3-2.
I got
It's one that,
PTSD about that.
yeah, I was there, and for 80 minutes, we were very good at that day. And then for 10 minutes, we just scored the 3, and it was a great result that
The
day. But
it was the last minute free kick by Ruben Neves.
yeah, yeah, with the deflection, yeah,
Nothing, I remember
yeah,
because Dean Smith was in charge. I think not long afterwards, Dean Smith got sacked, I think.
yeah. I mean, it was a good day. I mean, to be fair, there's been some good games between the two clubs the last few years, but I just think Sunday it's either going to be Wolves will come and park the bus and try and get something out of the game, or they will try and
Yeah.
play a little bit. Then, I mean, that result then could go either way if we try and play. If we get
Yeah.
caught out, you could dump us, or we might
Yes.
get an early get an early goal and then sit back and defend it. Who
Yeah.
knows?
You remember last season, the 3-1 victory? You remember, I think Cunha scored first. If I'm right about that, then I think we went on to win it then, I think.
Yeah, it was. If I remember right, it was 1-0 at half time, and I think you scored the three in the second half. I think because I was in away in Rhodes for the wedding, and there was me and my mate in
Yeah.
two Wolves, and then there was about 7 or 8 other of my mates all in Villa shirts. So
Oh, that's hilarious. I bet there was a lot of banter that there. I bet they never lived it down.
yeah, well, when we was 1-0 up, I was shouting, and my mate was shouting, and then at the end of the game, I lost a bet, so I had to put the Villa shirts on.
You know,
I
see,
think
obviously, like, the last few seasons that we've got now. Okay. Sweden before it was 2 now. Then I think I remember the 1-all draw, I think. I kind of remember that one, I think.
yeah.
When Emery, I think that was when he was in charge.
Yeah, I mean, he certainly got you playing well, and changed your record a little bit. With two home wins in the last two derbies at Villa Park, like.
And Villa Park, like, it's become a fortress. I mean, not only occasion, but very rarely, Emery, we lose at Villa Park.
Yeah, that's it. He has got a good. They've got a good record there. Yeah.
I suppose it's important to make your home game, not a fortress.
Yeah.
If you win most of your home games, you're gonna do well.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Yeah. That's the thing I always say. If you could win your home games and then get a draw away, you'd be pretty steady in the league. But unfortunately, for Wolves, they can't do either.
Then of course they're in last one at the bottom of the line. Just in lockdown, I think. Yeah, it was during lockdown, that one.
Was it was that the last one was in lockdown? Was it there?
In the bottom one, that was, yeah. Not the others 2020,
Yeah.
yeah, that one might have been, yeah, with that victory to Wolves, yeah. Well, yeah, so I'll
Yeah.
move on to what I was talking points. So, there was a discussion about this on BBC WN. Going to say that Does Hyle interviewed Damien Vinagane about how ambitious Villa are. So, I'm not saying this season, Matt, but can Aston Villa win the Premier League?
Um, I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of the teams that are out there. I mean, you got Arsenal that have bottled it the last few years, but look very good this year.
Yes.
Liverpool are struggling this year, but a lot of them sort of teams in Chelsea, they spend a
Okay.
lot of money. So and they
What to
build.
compete with.
They literally have two squads, don't they? Those sort of teams. So
Hmm.
you can never say never, but I mean, I think they're like the top
Hmm.
six or the challenge at like Villa
Yeah.
are doing. They don't really like that,
Yeah.
do they?
Yeah. That's a good
But
sort of break in the mold.
yeah, but
The
you,
thing is,
you
you can't fault the ambition's there.
yeah, I mean the ambition is probably there. Yeah, it's just again, it just comes down to everything, like all the other parts as well, doesn't it? What do you
Yeah.
what do you Dad, do you think they could win the league with?
Not right now. Maybe get a few seasons, but in order to do it, I think we have to keep on the Unai Emery.
Yeah,
Because the thing is, we back him and think of the Unai Emery. He has all the tools, and he has the keys to the castle. He has full backing of the owners on the board, which is what is a good thing as well.
yeah, I think that's quite important as a club to put, for the manager to have the say in all those sort of things.
Yeah. And look at squad depth. It is vastly improved. Like you see the squad depth we got. Don't even looks at anybody dares getting in the team now. So I think the squad depth's getting better, but in order to compete for the Premier League title, we need to beat up Man City. We need to look at, like you
and
said,
he's
a
been
second
playing
team.
well.
I mean, the thing is, it's fun though. You know, it's good to dream.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's no point.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you've got to. I mean, it's a bit too and far between at the minute. You're dreaming of Champions League and obviously building another squad, and we're
Just staying in the Premier
dreaming of
League.
just one win.
Well, even just a win would be good for you guys. Or do you know, still something to cheer about?
That's it. Yeah, at the moment, that's just a goal would be nice. To be fair, on Sunday.
Okay. You also what you're gonna do. You're gonna get like keep hold of our best players. You also, of course, like
Yeah,
we've also been affected by PSR in the summer. But we're also gonna have further financial restrictions against us.
all of this sort of PSR and all that sort of thing. It's to try and make it the original top 6 stay where they are and not break the mold.
Yeah. There's good is what
It's all about.
I think with that. They do it so like they protect all the big 6 teams. So that they stop teams like the likes of the likes of Newcastle not competing.
Yeah, I think.
Yep. So that's why they do these PSR restrictions. Or just personally, I don't think it's fair, personally.
No, I think that's the whole reason it's there, really. And I mean, look at the way they deducted points from Everton and teams like that. You know, just because they let other big teams get away with it and punish the others, really.
Yeah, definitely. But I think the Aston Villa is on a Champions League, or at least top 6. But for me, I don't see Champions League nights again next season. I'm sure that'll be a target at Unai Emery, I think.
Yeah, I think that'll be the target for the club as a whole. I think the squad, everybody.
And also, it'd be nice to see a trophy for Aston Villa.
Yeah, you never know. You might get one. You might win. You know, I'd love
The Europa League.
out of all the trophies, I'd love Wolves to win the FA. I'd love to witness the FA Cup win. I think that's one of the most historic trophies in obviously the English game. And
Definitely. Yeah, but also see Unai Emery and John McGinn lifting the trophy. You show a lot of hard work that we put in the football club and what goes on behind the scenes. Because we did also an awful work, a lot of work does go into it. Hopefully it pays off.
You never know, mate. You never know.
Well, we're going to Matt, before you go, I want to get actually a score prediction. So, what I'll do is I'll start with first. Can you predict the Europa League tonight first? Then we'll go on to Wolves then.
I'll go 3-0 Villa.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. What about Sunday?
I'll go for 2-1 Villa.
Okay. Again,
I
well,
would
yeah,
like.
thank you,
I
Matt.
would like. To
You
say
find
Wolves
you
win.
chose Villa?
I would like to say Wolves win, but I just think, I've got to think with my head, not my heart, really, on that one.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go. I think tonight it'll be 2 now. And on Sunday, I think we'll win 3-1. I think it'll be another win at Villa Park against Wolves. And we're prior to the West Midlands. So not just mind the gap, mind the canyon.
Yeah, it sounds about right, that, mate.
Yeah, I just want to say, Matt, thank you for coming on the show again. I always enjoy having you on the podcast.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, mate, and I enjoy it. Good to have a little catch up and a chat about the football.
And I mean this genuinely, but good luck, apart from Sunday, good luck for the rest of the season. And hopefully you have a fighting chance staying up. Also, my granddad's a Wolves fan as well.
Yes, I remember. Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, yeah.
Well, yeah, well, thank you everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this podcast, please make sure to subscribe. Make sure to press the like button on this video. If you missed it, also make sure to give it a share on your socials. And if you're listening to the audio, make sure to leave us a good review on audio platforms as well. Also, let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you so much, Matt, for your time. And good luck at Aston Villa tonight in the Europa League. And make sure if you see me at Villa Park on Sunday, make sure to say hello to me. And everyone enjoying the game. I'm going to wrap up this episode. Be Villa forever as always, and up the Villa.